DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, I hope you're all well, and a happy Mother's Day to all of you who are moms out there. I know that it's a rather special Mother's Day today for many, in many respects. Mrs. DC is not here with me. She's working, and in the seniors' residence, as you can imagine, it can be rather touchy. I mean, Mother's Day is one of those big days where they get a lot of visitors, but we haven't yet opened up. It's only going to be starting from next week for whatever reason. They didn't do it this week already. I think it was just logistics. But, you know, it's Mother's Day, but they still don't have any visitors. So that's really hard, isn't it? You think on the residents, not all of them, and as you would imagine, in seniors' residence, there's more women than men. But not all of them realize what's going on. Mrs. DC was telling me that many are confused with all, you know, like because you've limited their outings and a whole bunch of things. And as she said, there's really much more depression setting in. And of course, if you take away Mother's Day, and some of them, I mean, realize what's coming on, and no visitors, yeah. Oh, it was a very emotional day, though, for myself. Well, the emotional weekend, really. Yesterday, second son of DC came over. He brought something for his mom. Mrs. DC was making what we call a split shift, so she was actually here part of the afternoon to go work later on in the evening. So on the deck here, we were able to separate each other to have the right distances and so on. And so when I say it was emotional, I said both myself and second son of DC, we actually had at one point a good cry, saying it was, you know, it's just not a natural, not natural, you know, we're touchy people, and, you know, not being able to get close. And today, first son of DC came and got me. I sat like in the back seat. He was in the front, diagonally with the masks. And who knows if that'd be necessary, but we were playing the game. And brought me up to see the grandchildren. Oh my, I cried quite a bit actually. I was just so happy. Just so happy to see them. I gotta just hold on now. Try not to cry right now. But it was great. Michael, when they let him loose, ran up, put his arms around me. It was really, really nice. And well, Matthew, he had his. I was going to say he had his pacifier, but you could see him smiling in the background. I didn't dare take it away because, you know, anyway. But you could see he was smiling behind it, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Then, you know, I didn't exaggerate, but took some time to hug them. And with the adults, well, we kept, like I say, we kept our distances. We chatted. Excuse me. Talking about emotions, you know. Excuse me about that. And yeah, so we spoke together. So Steffi's mom, which was where they live in the same house. She was like on the balcony on the floor over, and so we were talking all together, and it was a great, I would say a great fun time together. We weren't long. I was there about maybe an hour and a half, something like that, and we had time to play with the kids a bit on the lawn and just have some fun and talk a bit. And it's things that we're all, like you were all saying a while, you know, we're really looking forward to barbecuing again, but, you know, a group, like, is over here right now, at least for the period that we're in right now, more than 5 people that are not from the same home, so living quarters, are counted as a crowd, and that's well, actually, you can be fined, even on private grounds. So, having to be careful. At one point, one of the nephews came over. Well, actually, no, not sorry, the nephew, but the grandson of my son's mother-in-law, if you can get the logistics behind that, came on the lawn to say Happy Mother's Day to his grandma. And so we were all chatting, in different ways. But what I was noticing around the neighborhood where my son was, there's a few homes, and you could see people were driving around. When I mean driving around, there was families. They were driving around to say hello to the grandparents, or vice versa. Sometimes it was where the grandparents lived, and they were coming actually with the children to show them the children, so that they could at least say hello. A very, very special situation. This Mother's Day, it's one of those where you can almost but not quite touch. I guess you get what I mean. I mean, they told us, and I've got my own opinion, but I'll try to be politically correct, that we were allowed to hug the kids for a few minutes, and I would say that's just about true. But you got to live with risk at one point or another. At one point, you got to kind of say, I guess, well, I got to manage the risk. And let me see if I can just move something here. Sorry. I mean, it's telling me that it's a little bit too dark. There we are. Let's see if that's better. Okay, it might be. Anyway, and yeah, so managing risk. I know that's part of it's actually I was going to say it's a discipline, risk management. And it's a big thing, especially in what's going on right now. I'm going to be very curious to see how things end up, for example, in Sweden, where they have managed risk a lot differently to the rest of Europe. They've got a lot of deaths now. They do. But they didn't destroy their economy. And the question is, and now that's where I'm saying I'm going to be very curious, is what's it going to look like in 6 months? Because their curve, as we like to say it, is going to be very sharp. And ours, before they get this herd immunity, as we call it, and ours is going to be very flat. But, normally if you start counting over time, we should probably have about the same number of people passing away or sick or and so on as over there. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how all the theories go. And it's hard to manage. I mean, we all know this question that we're saying of flattening the curve had nothing to do with, stopping people from dying. It was like not overloading the hospitals. Anyway, back to Mother's Day. That's a much more interesting topic, isn't it? And where am I? 8 minutes. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I won't talk much longer then. I just wanted to come and say hello and really hope that you all have a nice Mother's Day and you do manage to see kids and grandkids. Because when I say it was emotional with the grandkids, it was actually quite emotional to see the kids as well. Albeit that we do chat on video conferences, but holding is just not the same. That doesn't work over line. Okay, I'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and enjoy what's left for you, or most of you are starting out on this Mother's Day. Bye-bye. Oh, I've been running after it. I am so happy right now. I'm wearing that stupid mask. Yeah, I'm wearing that stupid mask. Yeah, their grounds doesn't have a fence here though. So go see. So you gotta watch them. Our place in that respect would be safer. But, If you're with them, you stay with them and play. Yeah.
Tu vas au restaurant? Montre comment tu vas au restaurant. Il y a une table là.
Oh, you can imagine how much I cried when I just saw them. So their mask is off the nose. Oh yeah. But I mean, she doesn't need the mask with him. The mask they have right now is for me. Okay, so all for now.